we believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon.
I have a dream today.
Change has come to America.
Believe it.
Help is on the way.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.
Turn up your mind.
On Long Island, New York Congressman George Santos has just pleaded not guilty to 13 federal charges in court. Prosecutors saying that he's being released on a $500,000 bond. The embattled Republican charge was 7 counts of wire fraud, among the most serious of the charges. 3 counts of money laundering, 1 count of theft of public funds, and also 2 counts of making materially false statements to the House of Representatives. We have our CNN team that is covering every angle of this story, so let's bring them in, starting with Paula Reed. Paula, what more are you learning?
Just moments ago, this initial appearance for Congressman Santos wrapped. As you noted, he pleaded not guilty to these 13 charges, and he has been released. Among the, quote, brazen things that they have accused him of, filing fraudulently for unemployment benefits while he was running for Congress. They accuse him of fundraising off of political donors, saying that it was going to buy TV time, but instead transferring that money to his personal account and using it to pay personal debts, even buy designer clothes. They also allege that he lied on his required financial disclosure forms for the House of Representatives.
Another mentally ill person is going to be in our prisons, everybody. This one's like named George Santos. It's too bad that, he got caught. It's too bad because, everybody loved him so much. They just supported. You know what his approval rating was in his own district? 7%. 7%. Nobody believed a word he said. But, it is an amazing thing that this guy, and here's the sad part, continues and will continue to serve in Congress. There's not a damn thing that you could do that I could do before an election to remove him from his congressional seat. Okay. Now, if he was, truly a transgendered person, we've seen him dress up before. But if he actually was a transgender person, perhaps then Kevin McCarthy would expel him and make him sit at least outside on a couch or on a bench or some such thing like they did to Zoe Zephyr out there in Montana. Remember that? Just for simply disagreeing with her. But that's not going to happen because these are the Republicans, see? And Kevin, he needs George's vote. He needs that liar's vote. He needs it because there's only 4 votes separating Kevin from doom, separating Kevin from the Speaker's office. That is where Kevin McCarthy finds himself today. Literally 4 votes away from losing. Well, any person can ask for him to, be expelled, and then they would take a vote. And Kevin McCarthy needs every single vote except for 4. He can lose 4 people. And if George Santos wasn't there, then Kevin would be down to 3. Only 3, separating Kevin McCarthy from an ordinary, mundane, boring House member's life, right? So George Santos was arrested last night. Brett told me he saw it on Twitter, but he didn't believe it. He thought it was some, douchey, guy tweeting some crap because
I thought it was some fantastical dream. I just couldn't believe it at the time.
I mean, my first question was, well, what for? Not like, what could this person have done to be arrested? I was like, which of the crimes that he committed was he arrested for? That was my first reaction to it. But I said, let me take a stab in the dark. I'm going to guess it has something to do with lying. Money laundering didn't even come into my head at first because, when it's Santos, it's more dry cleaning than laundry. But, they said that he literally committed wire fraud. There's like 7 counts of wire fraud and money laundering and lying to Congress. I guess there is no federal charge for lying to everybody, which there really ought to be, but there isn't. There isn't. You can lie to everybody. I mean, we have the defamation, which, Donald Trump was found guilty on. And so I was thinking, maybe there is a bend towards justice in this country. Maybe there's a moral arc. Maybe it's actually occurring. And if that's the case, could we please make it a trifecta and get Clarence Thomas off the Supreme Court? Just saying, just asking the universe. If the universe is inclined to bend towards justice, it would be good to have a trifecta and get rid of, force, Clarence off the Supreme Court.